In a quiet, snowy corner of the world, where the trees were draped in white and the ground sparkled with frost, lived a snowman named Pip. Pip wasn't just any snowman. He had two shiny black stones for eyes that twinkled with mischief, a carrot for a nose that was just a little bit crooked, and a smile made of small, dark pebbles. His builders, two children named Lily and Tom, had also given him a cozy, bright red scarf and a tall, slightly dented top hat. Pip loved winter more than anything. He loved the crisp, cold air that made the world feel fresh and new. He loved watching the delicate snowflakes drift down from the sky, each one a unique, tiny masterpiece. He loved the sound of the wind whistling through the bare branches of the trees, a song that only winter could sing. Most of all, he loved being a snowman, standing tall and proud in his snowy garden. Every day, Lily and Tom would come out to play. They would build snow forts around him, have snowball fights, always being careful not to hit Pip, and tell him all their secrets. Pip couldn't talk, of course, but he listened with his whole snowy being. He felt like the guardian of their winter fun, a silent, happy friend in their icy kingdom. One afternoon, as the sun began to cast long, golden shadows across the snow, Pip noticed something different. The air felt warmer. A tiny drop of water trickled down from the brim of his top hat. Then another. Pip didn't understand. What was this strange feeling? The next day, Lily and Tom came out to play, but they weren't wearing their thickest coats. It's getting warmer, Pip, Lily said, her breath no longer making a puffy cloud in the air. Spring is almost here. Spring. Pip had heard of spring. It was a time of green grass, colorful flowers, and buzzing bees. It sounded nice, but it also meant no more snow, no more frost, no more winter. A shiver, not from the cold, ran through Pip. If winter ended, what would happen to him? That night, under a sky full of shimmering stars, Pip made a decision. He couldn't let winter go. He had to stop spring from coming. But how could a snowman stop a whole season? First, he tried to be as cold as possible. He thought very cold thoughts. Icebergs, frozen ponds, the North Pole. He hoped his coldness would spread through the garden and keep everything frozen. But in the morning, the sun rose, warm and bright, and a little patch of green grass peeked out from under the melting snow near the fence. Next, Pip had another idea. The wind! The wind could be very cold. He tried to whistle like the winter wind, a low, rumbling sound from his snowy chest. Woo-whoosh! He tried, but it came out as just a soft, gurgling sound as another drop of water trickled down his cheek. The birds, who were starting to return, seemed to think he was singing to them and chirped back happily. Pip felt his pebble smile droop a little. He was getting smaller. His perfectly round body was becoming a little bit lopsided. His carrot nose had slipped and was now pointing down towards the ground. He felt sad and a little bit scared. The following day, Lily and Tom noticed Pip was slumping. "Oh, Pip!" said Lily, her voice full of concern. "You're melting." Tom gently adjusted Pip's crooked carrot nose and tightened his red scarf. "We'll miss you, Pip," Tom said softly, patting his snowy side, which felt soft and slushy now. Pip listened to their words. They would miss him. They loved him, just as he was, a snowman made for winter. He looked around the garden. He saw the brave little green shoots pushing their way through the soil. He saw a ladybug crawl onto a nearby rock to warm itself in the sun. He heard the happy gurgle of the melting snow turning into a little stream. Suddenly, Pip understood. Winter couldn't last forever. Just like a fun day of playing has to end when it gets dark. Each season had its own special job, its own kind of beauty. Winter's job was to be cold and snowy and quiet, a time for rest. And now, it was spring's turn to wake the world up with color and life. As the sun climbed higher, Pip felt himself getting lighter. The two stones that were his eyes slipped and fell to the wet ground. The pebbles of his smile followed, one by one. His top hat toppled off and landed gently in a puddle. The last thing he felt was the cozy red scarf, now damp and heavy, sliding off him. But Pip wasn't sad anymore. He knew that the water he was becoming would sink into the earth and help the flowers grow. It would flow into the stream and travel to new places. It would evaporate into the air and become part of a cloud. And maybe, just maybe, that cloud would one day drift back over the garden. And when the air turned crisp and cold once more, it would release its snowflakes. And when those snowflakes fell, Lily and Tom would run outside, their hearts full of joy. They would gather up the fresh, soft snow. They would roll it and pat it and build a brand new snowman. They would find 2 shiny black stones for eyes, a perfectly cooked carrot for a nose, and small, dark pebbles for a smile. They would wrap him in a cozy red scarf and place a tall, dented top hat on his head. And Pip, in a way, would be back again, ready for a whole new season of winter fun. He wouldn't be gone forever, just resting and waiting. He was a part of the wonderful, endless cycle of the seasons. And knowing that made his final melt feel not like an ending, but like a promise. A promise of returning with the first snowfall. Thank you so much for listening to Pip's story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more wonderful tailies. We love sharing stories with you. See you next time!